Hello, everybody. We know that after Leah and Rachel were married to Yaakov, that Leah was able to have children with relative ease, while Rachel was not quite as fortunate. And one after another, sons are born to Leah, and with the fourth son, Yehuda, she declares Hapam Odet Hashem. I will now give this time thanks to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and then the pasuk testifies, Vata'amod miledet. Her ability with ease to have children ceased, and she stopped being able, in the meanwhile, to give birth, even though she's destined to have more children in the future. The Ibn Ezra has a rather interesting comment, and he says, what does it mean, Hapam Odet Hashem? And Chazal are quite laudatory that in a sense, Leah is the first person to publicly declare thanks to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What prompts her? Says the Ibn Ezra, in a somewhat jarring comment, Odeh Hashem kilo achmod liot li od. I have enough children. I don't need any more. This fits in with the Midrashic interpretation that Leah presumed that each of the wives of Yaakov would have an equal share in the 12 Shiftei Ka, which means that each should have borne three children, three sons, and she already had four. So she has no need for any more. V'yaspikli, ganuk, this is enough. Al karchan, therefore we must say that on account of this approach, amda miledet, she was no longer able with ease to have children, and she stopped birthing children in the meanwhile. Why is this so? So we know that the Gemara tells us in Maseches Brachos, back in the day when intercity road travel was particularly dangerous, as a person arrived safely in town, they were required to give thanks to Hashem for vouchsafing their travel, and regarding the future, to pray to Hashem for assistance, to cry out to Hashem for his help. From here we see, and this message is particularly appropriate when Parshas Vayeitsei comes in proximity to the blessed American secular holiday of Thanksgiving. We Jews have Chag HaSukkot as a form of Thanksgiving in particular, but it is comforting to know that a country such as the United States takes time, one day a year at least, to dedicate it to thanking God for the richness of the blessings that he has bestowed upon the country and upon individuals therein. And so what we see from the halacha in Brachos, and it's codified by the Rambam, it's codified in Shulchan Aruch Hilchos Brachos, that when a person gives thanksgiving for something that God already did, he also is required to cry out and pray to Hashem regarding his future needs. And I think that the reason for this, it might first blush sound like one is being rather greedy, but it is that the relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu never ends, and furthermore, we are always dependent on God's good graces. The fact that everything is smooth sailing in our past does not guarantee that in the future things wouldn't, chas v'shalom, be upended. And so as grateful as we may be for what was, we have to always have an eye to the future and a continued relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, pleading with him for his continued blessing, that we continue to have his grace and his watchful eye over us for our benefit and our good. And therefore, Leah while she's to be commended for giving thanksgiving to Hashem, should have accompanied with the fact that she begs for his future blessing as well. Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach.